Alright, what's going on, everybody? So recently I've been getting back into lifting every now and then, and one thing that I've been more mindful of is ego lifting, or trying not to ego lift. For those who don't know what that is, it's kind of in the name. It basically means you're trying to lift weights that you can't lift. And it's not like I'm over here trying to lift 500-pound benches or any stupid shit like that. Obviously, I can't do that. But for example, I'll usually be able to curl like 25 to 30 pounds for around 3 sets of 10. Or 5 sets of 10. I can do that weight for those amount of sets. But sometimes I'll get a little bold and I'll bump up the weights to like 40 pounds. And to be honest, I can't lift that for more than like 10 reps. But that's what I've been trying to do less of. I've been trying to ego lift less and stay within the weights that I can do a lot of reps for, if that makes any sense. Because if you start ego lifting too much, you can actually injure yourself, and I'm not trying to do all that. That just sounds painful and terrifying. But I came across this one TikToker, and he is a D1 ego lifter, and he might be notorious for ego lifting at this point. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Meet El Campeon. El Campeon is a famous TikTok influencer who specializes in fitness and ego lifting. Determination is key. I mean, I guess. Also, why does he put in a demon emoji? You didn't lift it, bro. You didn't clear anything. Fake demon. But yeah, I'm sure you guys get what I mean now when I say he's a D1 ego lifter. Unfortunately, I get more TikToks of this guy trying to lift a weight that he can't, more than I see TikToks of him lifting weights that he can lift. And the reason why I wanted to make this video was, one, because it's kind of funny, but two, there's so much to talk about here with what he's doing wrong, bro. This man might end up with an injury someday if he doesn't stop. I swear ego lifting is a disease, and it's been a disease I've been trying to get rid of myself. Thankfully, I'm not as sick as this guy. He might be on stage 4 of the disease. Like, is bro not concerned at all for his back? Aside from the weight he's pulling, that form is atrocious. Look at that back, it's bent. This is exactly how people end up with back problems someday. Also, it's kind of ironic how, like, you know, most people go to the gym to strengthen their back. El Campeon goes to break his. Also, I really can't stress it enough. For anybody who's like even getting into lifting, please stay within the weights that you know you can lift and handle. Even if you're going for a weight that's a little bit over what you can handle, you probably shouldn't lift that weight until you can get like a lot of reps off with that weight. Usually my rule is like, if I can't get more than 20 or 30 reps with a specific weight, then I'm not gonna lift it. But that's just me. You know, everybody has their different rules that they set for themselves. I just think it's good to avoid ego lifting. I think science agrees with me too. But, you know, occasionally there's going to be gym bros out there that are like, yo, bro, you need to lift heavy weights, bro. You're not going to get bigger unless you lift 2 times what you're used to. And to me, I just think that's dumbass advice. If I'm keeping it a bean, it's also a good way to get an injury. Now, I don't know why El Campeon decided to start ego lifting to this amount. I don't know if he's like trying to impress people or if he's genuinely convinced that he can get this weight off. Maybe it's a bit of both. I'm not really sure. But one thing's for certain here, and it's that this dude is not treating his back well. But ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't stop there. He doesn't just treat his back terribly. Let's move on to the squats. I cannot even begin to stress how dangerous this shit is, bro. He's lucky he made it out of this. Holy. For those who are curious, this is 585 pounds, which is a heavy ass squat. And for the non-gym goers out there, he did not lift this properly. This was not the correct squat form. He went down about 5 inches. Usually you're supposed to go down to the point where your legs make a right angle. His are making like a 130-degree angle. But hey, I mean, it's still him lifting 585 pounds. There's no doubt that he's a little strong. Just Maybe not 585 pound squat strong. Wait, hold up. I didn't even see the safety bars there. I'm overreacting. Okay, that makes it better at least. But could you imagine if this guy was trying to squat 585 without a safety bar? That would have ended terribly. Even with a safety bar, it's still not smart to do this because you're messing up your legs. This is still a tremendously high risk of injury. I'm not even gonna lie. He's lucky nothing happened. The only positive part about this video, other than how funny he looks, is at least he used a safety bar, you know? But ladies and gentlemen, it does not stop. This man is dedicated to ego lifting. It might be his life's mission. After ego lifting 580 pounds, he decided to move up to 900. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Because if you dare to fucking come up to me in person, in real life, and fucking say shit to my
Let's be real. Did any of us think he would lift this? Only person I've ever seen squat 900 pounds was Larry Wheels, I think his name is. And that man has done plenty of steroids, so yeah, El Campeon never really stood a chance. But even that didn't break his determination. You know, on one hand, I admire his confidence / delusion, but on the other hand, I'm like, this dude's an absolute idiot. He's gonna cause himself an injury. Some bad things are gonna happen to him eventually if he keeps doing this shit. Also, I feel like this level of ego lifting is only reached if you're on like loads of pre-workout. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if El Campeon had a dedicated storage locker in this gym purely meant for pre-workout storage. Wouldn't surprise me if he snorted it too. Anyways, going back to El Campeon's workouts, you've seen his squats, you've seen his deadlifts, now get ready for his curls. This might be the worst form I've ever seen. Brother, what is this? He might throw out a hip doing this shit. Yo, he kind of looks like he's dancing. El Campeon's busting a move. There is absolutely no way he's not gonna feel this later. Do you see his face? This has gotta hurt. Could ego lifting technically be considered torture? Like, isn't bro technically self-harming by doing this? Wait, hold on, I just realized this. This might be serious. El Campeon, if you're watching this video, bro, I hope you retire ego lifting, bro. That shit is not healthy for you, bro. Pushing your limbs beyond your limits is not a good idea, El Campeon. You're better than this. But nah, I don't know why nobody around him checks him whenever he does this type of stuff. I don't know if his friends get like a rise out of this or if El Campeon himself gets a rise out of this. I'm not sure what's going on, but I do know what should happen, and that is that he should stop, in my personal opinion. Thankfully, towards the end of this video, it shows a clip of him lifting a weight that it looks like he can handle, so that's good. At least he turns off the ego lifting, you know, at least it's not a 24/7 shift. But the one thought that's usually on my mind whenever I see an El Campeon video is just why? What is the purpose? What are you trying to achieve? You look dumb. But if you think it can't get any worse, brace yourself. I don't even know how much weight this is, but he's going for it. If I were to guess, that's like what? 1,500 pounds or some crazy shit? Now this one's a little more confusing because he actually moves the weight. I don't know if these are fake plates or if these are real or if like it's that easy to semi-leg press a few thousand pounds. Now, of course, when it comes to lifting weights and gaining muscle, you want to lift relatively heavy because you want to gain, of course. But this is just like, bro, definitely the biggest ego lifting case I've ever seen. Thankfully, there's a good ending with this. Recently, El Campeón has lowered the weight. Not all the time, but we're making progress. You know what they say, every addiction has its relapses. Bro is probably in his head like, I need to get back to ego lifting, I need to get back to ego lifting. Hopefully someday he can beat this addiction for good. Hey, in my book, any bit of progress is good. In conclusion, I hope El Campeón is able to stop ego lifting like a maniac soon, because I'd hate to see bro out for an injury or some crazy shit. For anyone who wants to lift or is just getting started with lifting, I'd stick to the weights that you can do a lot of reps with. That's my personal preference. And stay consistent with it, bro. Like, I'm not buff or anything, but after working out for like 2-3 years already, I'd say I'm in pretty good shape and I'm pretty strong. So I feel like I have some credibility. But yeah, definitely let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. And if y'all want to see more content like this in the future, then feel free to subscribe. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Make sure y'all are staying safe, hydrated, and healthy. And I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.